Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mania 4K World Cup 2024 round of 32 stage. We return for another match. In fact, two matches happening at the same time. It's Malaysia versus Sweden over here and the Russian Federation and Spain on the other stream. But if you're going to tune in and stick around with us, we have these two teams facing off against each other for the third time in the 4K Mania World Cup series. 2015 and 2023, these two teams last faced off. Malaysia won the last match 6-3 over Sweden. Malaysia make 3 changes, adding in Pojin Sucks, Yon Hong and Icefy, previously known as Transition. Icefy will return for the first time since 2022. Sweden make 4 changes. They've only kept Neon Drakon and Lemmy, bringing in Trimatic, Oliver Q, Johnny, and Venyas. Trimatic also returns for the first time since 2021. So a couple of old faces returning for the first time, couple of new faces, some debut players that we'll definitely be seeing. I'm Ravio and I'll be joined by Sidlo Wesker Els. Hello.
Hello there. And there's definitely a lot of changes happening. I mean, for this tournament in general, we've seen lots of teams having their roster changes. I mean, it could be a sign of a few things, like a few generations or like any other stuff has already passed by then. Honestly, really nice to see, because for a good team, you need to have a good mix of veterans and also rookies, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, interestingly enough, that I think out of all of the teams that have players that have gotten a top 3 finish in the 4K Mania World Cup, Malaysia's one of them. Leon, the captain, actually has a 3rd place badge. So that experience hopefully could carry over to Malaysia's favor, as I believe the protects are already coming in. Sweden had a 2nd protect, which was Icefy. I'm not sure what Malaysia had protected, but Sweden will be banning next.
I mean, you also shouldn't forget to mention that like when you mentioned about Leon being in that 3rd place Malaysia team for MWC 2021, we can't forget as well Transition, Icefy was in the finalist team already 2022. J-Li for I think 40M 2021 was a part of that 2nd place. Okay, no, I could be remembering wrong. I think that's not true. But still, J-Li is still really good as a tournament player.
J-Li has been around the 40M scene, definitely.
Yeah,
and I believe some of the Sweden players are also part of the 40M team.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. So I was looking at the 40M team. Yeah, J-Li wasn't a part of that, so my bad for that. But still, J-Li does have that experience. So you know what, Rav? I just noticed this. Isn't this the same set of bands that we saw last match that we commentated?
I did want to point that out. Yes, it is the same exact 2 bans as the previous match. LN1 and SV2 getting banned, as we see LN2 come up from Malaysia. I believe this was also the first pick of the previous match.
This was also the first pick of the previous one.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
This definitely makes some sense. Malaysia are 5th on stage 5, Sweden 27th. Definitely in Malaysia's comfort zone.
I mean,
we should see. Wait, sorry? Yeah?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, we're just gonna see probably these lineups. Leon, J-Li, Yon Hong. For Sweden will be Neon Drakon, Lemmy, and Oliver Q, because these are the 6 that play stage 5. And these will be the 6 that will play Brain Widget Go.
Neon Drakon should be able to keep up with most of the Malaysian roster. Sweden will have Oliver Q and Lemmy, which I think they're consistent, but accuracy-wise, they're probably lacking in that. Which is why they probably seeded like 27th, you say, on stage 5?
Yes.
Alright. So if that's the case,
yep.
Yeah? Go ahead.
I very briefly, this is actually Malaysia's protect, so also makes sense.
Okay, so that I can definitely see why. I mean, here's the problem that I have. Like, the problem that I have, right, is the fact that Sweden really has to rely on their Rise ability, and Malaysia is no slouch in that either. So as of this moment, Yon Hong
is the one with the highest accuracy? I mean, this is Yon Hong's first match. We're
Yeah.
talking about match, not like map played in MWC. And I have no idea if that's client, but I think that was... No, actually.
There seemed to be a definitive drop from Sweden's side as Oliver Q.
Never mind.
A couple more accuracy. Oh, never mind. But there were some accuracy drops from Oliver Q that wasn't client. So their accuracy is now at 99.5, lowest of the entire lobby, as everyone else holding 0.8. Like, pretty much everyone else is holding a 0.8.
So that essentially means Sweden is in position to take a point, or rather to take the lead back, should Malaysia find a drop in any of these. And this is a very nerve-wracking map, I'd say, because when I played this, definitely nerves were kicking in. I think I saw Yon Hong drop a 200 earlier. These patterns aren't that friendly. Like, you see those 3-column patterns? They remind me of those Analyzer LNs back in the day.
Ah, yeah. But so far, so good for both these teams. It's just that Sweden are definitely falling behind a little bit as Neon Dracon and Lemmy's accuracies drop from 0.8 to 0.7. Jelai as well, but Yon Hong still holding a 0.8, and of course Leon, cream of the crop, leading Malaysia as they find a miss. Was that going to change anything? It was very clean.
And it's also very...
0.79.
And it's also very late into the match. Kind of really too late. Unless someone like Jaylai or Lee or Yon Hong finds a drop, this lead is not gonna change. But it's Neon Dracon! You know what's funny about this? I think Neon Dracon is one of the higher, if not the highest performer in Sweden.
Yeah.
Seems like Malaysia and Sweden's best performers found a drop to trade with each other. Would have benefited more for either team had they not missed, but it happens. And just like that, Malaysia takes the first point, but Sweden didn't perform too bad on that. Leon only finding two bracelets. I think they probably overheld or maybe double tapped an LN.
Yeah, the miss that came from Neon Dracon hurt them more than Leon. Like, Leon dropped from like a 0.87 to a 0.79, and then Neon Dracon dropped from like a 0.7x, I don't remember what it was, but they dropped to like a 0.4, which was very heavy.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see where you're coming from. I think Sweden's gotta go for maybe Rice 4? Like, I remember Malaysia was that one team who was able to full combo everything on...
Yeah.
So you can't really say that they are an inconsistent team. You cannot say that absolutely. But if I were Sweden, I would take a gamble with something like Rice 4 first, and then Rice 5. Because I feel like Rice 4... I don't know, I just feel like Rice 4, I did say this in the previous match, but Rice 4 has been more friendly to the lower seeded teams, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've seen like the lower seeded teams be able to take off points off of the higher seeded teams with Rice 4 or Rice 5. As I say that, Rice 5 is actually coming out.
So we're taking a gamble already on Rice 5, and we already know how chokeable this is. I won't be surprised to see Istify here. I think Yon Hong is gonna stay. Okay, so my prediction is Yon Hong, Progean, Sux, and Istify. I think that's gonna be the 3 here for Malaysia. And for Sweden, we're probably gonna be seeing Neon Dracon, Lemmy, and let me check.
I'm thinking Trimatic.
No pun intended, by the way. I said Lemmy, no pun intended. Yeah, Trimatic makes sense. Trimatic makes sense.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking J-Life for Malaysia instead.
No, I think JLI is more prone to misses than Progen Sucks. I think Progen Sucks is better. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
right.
J-Li did play stage 2, which was the tech qualifier. Which is why I brought that name up. But yeah, would you say that this is a better pick than Rice 4?
I mean, I don't know. Again, like what I said a while ago. Okay, so Venias is coming out for Sweden.
Oh.
That, all right.
Okay.
Okay, so looking at their scores, I remember Venias has in their profile, literally Eterna player. I guess that kind of answers why.
I mean, also to point out, Venias did play for Sweden stage 7 and stage 8. Just interesting to see that Venias is going to actually be playing the tech map as opposed to maybe something like Jump Stream or Speed, but Let's see if this will pay off. It is Sweden's first pick.
All right, that's true, but like, you don't want to lose a break point immediately because there's only 5. This is only a first to 5 match, so
Yeah.
whatever, each point matters much more than, let's say, like a first to 7. But then again, we can't really see whose pick this favors yet. Because while I agree that Malaysia's probably more consistent, this is much earlier than what the rounds
could probably expect, like in the qualifiers. But it does seem like Sweden has a slight advantage right now. I think that's off the fact that Jayla is slightly behind Venyas. But as I say, Jacob finds a drop. That was a bit, kind of a dirty miss as well because it was on a technical part and that was a little bit of a knack drop. But luckily, they're able to recover that quickly.
Yeah, they have to recover that quickly as well because Malaysia are going to run away with this lead for the time being.
Okay, well, Yon... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, very, very good score from ICE5 so far, 99.9, the only one in the lobby.
Well, it's true that they're able to hold on to that very good accuracy. Consistency is going to be another question. And something tells me Yon Hong and Jayla... I don't know, something is... It kind of feels like someone's going to drop at some point. There is a technical speed section. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Many teams have found misfortunes on this part because it's very awkward. And yeah, as I say that, that's a clean miss again, but that's not gonna help their cause. Sweden finding another drop. Okay, but there's a more nasty one. Oh! Did they just...
Okay.
Did everyone else just hit that? What?
Yep.
Okay.
Lemmy, by the way, holding the best in Sweden and the second best in the lobby, but Neon Drakon misses again. This is turning from bad to worse for Sweden's case to try and snatch this point away.
Malaysia showing why they're the team that's full comboed every map on qualifiers. Sweden has the accuracy to match, I'm not gonna lie, but just the mere fact that Neon Drakon has found those misses is very unfortunate. And even if you say that Sweden has probably a consistency issue from the start, it's really just those unfortunate misses that happened. You can't even say that. It's probably just bad luck, really. As Yon Hong does drop accuracy and even Icify to an extent, but it's not gonna matter anymore as Malaysia is gonna take a break point right after that first one. It's kind of funny, don't you think, that the LN point was closer than the Rice one when you kind of expect it to be the other way around.
Yeah. But yeah, 2983 from Malaysia is very, very solid.
extremely solid. And actually, like, if you were to look at Sweden's score, so that definitely beats out J-Lai, but I don't think it would have been enough to beat Malaysia. It would have been very close, yes, but I don't think it was gonna be enough.
Yeah, I think if Non-Drakon FC, it would be very close, but Malaysia should still have it. But those are the ifs. Now we go into LN3, a fight in Tunisia, so I think we're going to see the players that played LN2 probably come back.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing Leon and... Who is that again? Leon and... Was it Jayla? Wait.
Yeah, okay, it was Jayla.
Yeah, there we go. Venyas might be staying, which I think is fine because Venyas did play stage 4, which is the coordination LN.
I don't know about that actually. Wait, let's take a brief look at the MP lane.
It's either Venyas or Oliver Q that will be playing this for Sweden. Non-Drakon and Lemmy are pretty fixed.
Something tells me Oliver Q is gonna struggle more on accuracy than Venyas, so I think it's the right call. I think you gotta put in the better act player than like maybe someone who can FC. Because the thing is, you can't just bank on Malaysia missing because again, they seem to be the team that's extremely consistent and have a very high accuracy ceiling as well. So maybe you gotta try and counter that accuracy ceiling, which is what I think Sweden's trying to do right now with putting in Venyas.
Yeah, but with the nature of this map as well, very erratic, very sporadic bursts of LN creates many opportunities for combo breaks, perhaps from Malaysia. We've already seen that on Brain Rigid Go with Leon. it might happen this time round. I feel like this map definitely is more prone to missing than Brain Rigid Go.
Not just that, but this map is definitely harder to act as well, considering like Brain Rigid Girl is more straightforward as a song. This one
Yep.
has like some jazzy elements, if that makes sense. So it's definitely gonna be harder to time and harder to act in general.
Shoutouts to Sobam and Nemashi for this also original. Amazing song. As Leon does find the miss, I was saying, maybe Sweden were thinking, oh, Leon missing on Brain Rigid Go, maybe we can pick, oh sorry, not Sweden, Malaysia. Thinking it will still be fine. But Sweden will take this lead first, as Leon finds another miss, dropping to 99.4. Okay, now we're going into very questionable territory. Venias is also struggling in accuracy, but Lemmy and Neon Dragon matching Malaysia.
Here's the thing though, yeah, like what you said, they're able to match Malaysia's accuracy, and Venias is actually increasing at the same rate as Leon is. Like, Venias doesn't have to reach that accuracy that Leon has. As long as it's within distance, this could be a pick that Sweden can take. But here's the thing though, can Sweden hold on to these very strong accuracies? Because this map is not going to be any easy. Neon Draco has sort of also dropped the ball on being consistent. Like, we've seen a couple of misses from Neon Draco on both maps. But
Yeah.
here's the silver lining though. Seems like they're able to keep up on the accuracy department, but wait a second. Leon is starting to make some distance already from Venias, and that's gonna be good news for Malaysia, but they gotta start catching up now, because they're about to run out of time. As I say that, Leon finding more drops. These technical parts are not friendly. Why do you feel like this is gonna be a bad sign for them for the hybrids? But as I say that, Leon Draco finds, that's a bad miss. That's a very bad miss for Sweden, because Yon Hong and J-Light are still extremely consistent.
Yeah, that lead's definitely going to shrink. But Leon's misses though, it feels like it's been placed at such bad timings for them.
Bad timing for them, perfect timing for Sweden. That's essentially what's happened. But this part is not any easy. Like, there's still
Yeah.
mini jacks and rolls and all that. Like, those
This will
left
come
hand.
down to the wire.
My goodness, my heart is shaking a lot. And I can't believe I'm saying this in a round of 32 pick. Wow, here's the jazz elements. This can really make
The
your
lead's
act
shrinking.
up. It's shrinking, but it's
shrinking.
not fast enough. Oh! Vegas,
no,
but-
Venias.
Wait a second. Wait, is it
It's
enough
not over.
for...
It's not over yet.
Not over yet, not over yet. Oh,
Lemmy
wait.
misses it. Is there enough time to
It's
switch
not.
it? It will not be enough time as
Wow.
Lemmy gets saved by the end of the map. Even with 2 misses from Sweden, in fact 150 from Neon Dragon, they will take the break point away from Malaysia.
This
Oh
is the
my
last,
gosh.
This is the last map I expected Sweden to take a break point off Malaysia.
Yeah, that's wild. And the fact
Right.
that Sweden, like, we felt that Sweden were performing worse on this too. Like, Venya's 2200 FC, sure, but like, wow. They somehow pulled the rabbit out of the hat.
That was so again, this is like the last pick I expected Sweden to take a point off. Just makes you wonder, what could really be? What could have really been? I think Little Princess could be a pick Sweden goes, but after Rice 5, I wouldn't be so confident anymore after that. I actually think Rice 1 could work for Sweden. I don't know, like something tells me consistency problem is gonna happen for Malaysia on Rice 1.
You know what's crazy? I actually think Sweden might consider going for hybrids. Like, after that performance with a fight in Tunisia. But, okay, Rice 4 it is. You did mention Rice 4 to be the first pick from Sweden, but it's going to be the second pick instead.
Yeah, Little Princess. I said this. I mean, I will keep on repeating this point. This pick has been good for the lower seeded teams for a lot of these matches. I am not surprised Sweden is trying to go for a knack on this one.
So ISD5 is back in. Do we see Trimatic?
I think they're gonna stick with Venyas. And if Venyas is there, I think that's the right call. I don't know, I think that's the right call to make. Because if you think about it, Venyas was consistent enough. Wait, did Venyas actually full combo that map? Let me check. Yeah, Venyas
Which
did
map?
full combo that map.
Was it hallucinate?
Okay, I don't, no. I'm talking about the previous one. I'm talking about the previous
Oh
one.
yeah. I did mention 2200 FC. Yeah.
And Venyas did full combo hallucinate as well. So even
Yeah.
if they want to go with Trimatic, who I think may have a slight accuracy advantage over Venyas, trying to go for the FC, I think is the right call.
Maybe comboing it out will be Sweden's game plan. But they have yet to win a pick of their own, so we'll see if this one works out this time round.
The only problem is accuracy, I think right now, is in Malaysia's side.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. Like, again, I keep on saying this, but Malaysia's consistency should not be questioned. And Sweden's trying to bank off that. That strategy just kind of, at face value, doesn't make sense, but it's really the only strategy that you can go for realistically.
Oh, actually, the accuracy might be favoring Sweden because Yeonhong did drop quite a bit, but so does Ven. Yes, it's just flickering back and forth. But IC5 is just holding such good accuracy, 99.91. Okay, there's no lead. I'm just gonna say this right now. There's no lead. It's flickering back and forth. Yeonhong does find a bit more drops though. Yeah.
I just noticed something. Looks like Yeonhong is starting to drop some of those 200s on those trills. Makes you wonder, why not go for something like Senkon or Flare if that's the case? Because look at what's happening right now. Technical patterns seem to be something that Malaysia is really good at, but trills have been a little bit questionable right now. And this accuracy is off the verge of Venyas dropping a few 200s on that section. Now we have some mini jacks thrown into the mix. Are we going to be seeing any changes into this lead? I don't think so, actually. Unless we see a drop or two from Malaysia, this is clearly going to be on their side.
Yeah, accuracy game is pretty much done. Like that game is won by Malaysia, but the combo game still up for grabs.
Not much anymore. There's barely any time. And just like that, Malaysia takes another break point.
6-way FC, by the way.
I know, that's very rare to see. And wait a second, was it a 3 break points in a row?
I think
it was.
So.
Okay, so
wait, no, it's not, because Malaysia won their own pick.
Okay, so only 2 points.
Yeah. But
Okay.
my gosh, those were some scores.
1-200 from Malaysia, by the way. So SV1.
Ah.
Okay, this is a good pick. This is a good pick in hindsight because Malaysia, I think, has a very strong SV team. I mean, they've always been good at SV.
Yeah, we might be seeing some new players come in as well because of this. I think Tosai being Malaysia's resident SV player, and for Sweden, I believe that's Johnny.
Alright, so yeah, I won't be surprised to see Johnny, I guess.
It does seem like Malaysia might want to use a timeout. Okay, Johnny is in the lobby. Switch over to Sweden. I'm thinking maybe Malaysia might be discussing on who to put for this map.
Okay, I think it has to be Leon, obviously.
Yeah.
Why not just go with like, okay, so I'm predicting... Wait, 1 second. Alright, so we're looking at the Malaysian team. It's probably gonna be Tosai, obviously. You gotta put in Tosai as well, because Tosai is a member of this team. Maybe Leon,
I'm thinking...
Tosai, and Yeonhong.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Because Leon, Tosai, and Yeonhong did play stage 1. But we'll see if there are any other players that would want to fill in. Maybe someone like Pujin Sucks. Or perhaps IC5. I think I'll be quite surprised to see IC5 coming for an SV map, but you never know.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be Leon, Yeonhong, and Tosai. If not Yeonhong, maybe Jailai actually.
Oh, you know what? I feel like they might be using the timeout just to check the map again.
Oh yeah, I think they're doing that. Well, Sweden's clearly doing that. Look at. There's no CD.
Yeah, it's only Leon in the lobby. This gives me flashbacks of, I think, was it like Japan versus France back in like one of the older Mania World Cups when they went to tiebreaker, and then I think Japan wanted to use a timeout just to look at the tiebreaker again because there were SVs in the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah, right. Just reminded me of that.
Just gives me those vibes. But of course, it's not a tiebreaker; it's just a normal SV map. But we do see Tosai come in, so that is quite definitive. I feel as Johnny also returns.
By the way, while we're having this sort of a break, you know what would be cool? If you were to support your team by buying one of these banners that will like just display on your profile, don't you think?
Yeah, you can buy a banner for USD 250, and if you purchase multiple banners, they will stack on your profile like Jenga. Or at least some of the Jenga games that I've seen, yeah.
By the way, that's $2.50, not $250. Just wanted to
Yeah, I
say
just say 250, I said 250.
I know, but what if someone says 250, like $250? Just imagine.
Okay, I'll need to specify 2.50.
$2.50. There we go.
Yes.
whatever
Don't
that
worry.
is in your currency. Whatever it
It's
is.
not $250 just for a banner.
Don't worry.
I mean, that would be like what? 100 banners? I mean, you could technically buy 100 banners. Like, you could literally go and buy 100 banners now if you want to.
Yeah, I mean that goes well for like what? So that's 3 times of all the countries.
And then an extra 4.
Yeah, I think whoever's gonna scroll through your profile is gonna have a huge headache just trying to even get down to see like your scores. But okay. I believe those are the 6 players that we mentioned. All back.
Okay, so Malaysia's gonna be sticking with their SV team. Sweden, I think, same as well. Yeah, I think Rav, I think you're right. Maybe they just used the timeout to check the SV map.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I had a feeling. And you know what? I salute that. I like that strategy. If you want to use a timeout to look at the map again, go ahead and do so. Why not?
Why not indeed? But now here we go. The thing about this SV is, I think most people can play this like without practicing way too long.
like a lot of the patterns are mostly reading based. I mean that's why SV1's here.
But there's a lot of sections you gotta be careful of. But wait a second, Sweden has the AC lead right now, but I don't think it's gonna last too long.
It's currently off the back of Lemmy holding the 99.8. Currently the highest in the lobby, and Tosai as well dropping a bit of accuracy. Oh, Johnny as well, 99.2.
Yeah, but that kind of cancels out because Lemmy is ahead of Yon Hong and Leon by a decent margin, and Neon Dracon is around that level as well. Though Sweden has to increase their accuracy even a little bit, especially Johnny, I'd say, because I don't think Malaysia's gonna drop a lot. Because this section is considerably easier compared to the rest, and John dropping it to 100, that's not gonna help their case.
Yeah, and Tosai is also recovering back up to a 99.6, so that lead is going to stay firm in Malaysia's favor, but anything can still happen, as Lemmy still holds on to the 99.8, but is now joined by Leon and Yon Hong.
In fact, they are catching up to that accuracy very well. But the only problem, like just imagine, if any misses happens on this file, I think that's just it really.
That's
Luckily
a 200 from Yon
now,
Hong.
yeah, but that's not gonna affect it way too much because Johnny's still trying to play catch up with Tosai, and that's not something you'd want. This part is very 200 count bait, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's basically slow jam.
Yeah, and now here we go again with these patterns. Just gotta keep on going, really. 5,000 point lead. I mean, this isn't safe by any means, but if Johnny is not able to increase that accuracy, this is not gonna be good.
Yeah, it is still very, very close, but Johnny's accuracy might be hurting Sweden a bit more than they would think. Even with a very good performance from Lemmy as well, but yeah.
There aren't really any opportunities to miss anymore, because you only have reading sections, and these are again the easier parts off the SV chart. So I don't think there's just gonna be any chances really for Sweden to take here, unless something unlucky happens to Malaysia. Like imagine if someone overholds an LN, which I don't think is gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. Yon Hong did pick up a 200 at the end, but yeah, minor dent in Malaysia's 4th point match point to them, as well as Leon picks up a V1SS and Lemmy as well. Very commendable.
Yeah, the ratio in tournament count from Johnny was unfortunately Sweden's undoing. Honestly speaking, like the top 2 of Sweden is slightly better than the top 2 of Malaysia's, but that's just not going to be enough, unfortunately. That was indeed
36
very
points between Tosa and Young Dragon. It was 1-300 actually, now that I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's very unfortunate, but hey, 4-1. If you look at this in a different way, this is only one breakpoint.
Yeah. But we'll see what Sweden have to go for. This could be their last pick. The Rise hasn't worked.
Yeah, that really
I'm thinking hybrid, yeah. I'm really thinking hybrid. Like, at this point, I don't think it's far-fetched anymore.
I think Hybrid 1 and then Hybrid 2 has to be the path Sweden takes, in my opinion. Meanwhile, Malaysia, they have to avoid Senkono Flare, in my opinion. Those thrills don't seem to be friendly to Malaysia. I don't know, just the way I see it.
You know, speaking of which, do you think Sweden could go for Rise 2?
No, they should not. Because you've tried rice pick after rice pick and it hasn't worked. So you might as well reserve the rice picks for Malaysia and pick something else.
Oh
Because
my
if you're-
gosh! It's Rise
What?
3! None of the maps that we were talking about. They're just going to try another roll of the dice with tech. That's the 3rd tech Rise map they've picked. I mean, you know the saying, 3rd time's the charm. We'll see if this could work. If it doesn't, it's game, set, match.
The problem with the saying 3rd time's the charm is that 3rd time really has to be the charm this time around.
Because if there's no more because there's no more chances after that if Sweden loses this pick. So Sweden, I think, is probably debating whether or not to go with Trimatic or with Venyas. Venyas has been consistent, okay? But that accuracy really has to be fixed. So I think they gotta take a gamble here with Trimatic. Because honestly, Malaysia, I don't know, I just think they gotta take a gamble. Because I understand that you want to be safe and you want to hopefully get something out of it, right? But at the end of the day, if you're not taking any risks or gambles, you're not going to be able to succeed really in this tournament. I think you really have to take a risk or two here.
Yeah, this is a big risk as well, because if this risk fails, it's Malaysia's 5th point. But at this point, you just have to give that dice a roll. Waiting for the 3rd player for Sweden. And it is going to be Venyas.
So they're going for the full combo, I think. But the problem is, if Venyas drops, it's kind of game over, because accuracy really hasn't been friendly towards Sweden in this regard.
And it's also a very short map, 1 minute 43 seconds.
It's a very risky pick, I agree. But you kind of gotta take risks. Only problem, you gotta pick the right risks to take. I don't think this is the right risk. But let's see.
We shall see indeed. Will this be Malaysia's crowning moment in the match, or will Sweden fight back and try and mount a miracle?
Yeah, I mean, here's the problem. Right now, accuracy, you have seen the entire time. You cannot beat Malaysia on accuracy. And here's the point, like, look at Venyas. Again, accuracy is slightly behind. But wait a second, Icefy, I think, rushed a lot of 300s there, so that accuracy isn't too far off. I don't know who has the lead right now. It's just back and forth, but judging off face value, it does look like Malaysia has a very slight advantage. The mini jacks, though.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
I think so too. Like Lemmy is cancelling out J-Lai, Yon Hong's cancelling out Neon Dracon. It's just the accuracy between Ice Defy and Benny as being the difference.
Here's the problem though. We've seen Neon Dracon drop on a few crucial sections on the previous maps. Yonhong dropping a bit, but that's not gonna matter too much in the big scale of things, because Ice Defy has increased that accuracy. Yonhong has to keep it dropping. These drills haven't been friendly to Yonhong the entire match. And now mini jacks are coming. This is where the chokes could probably come into play, but it does not look like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, Venyas has also been struggling a little bit. 99.7 now and quite consistent in that mark.
Yeah, and now here's the final section.
Yeah, there's still quite a few choke points left as Lemmy picks up a 200.
No drops
That
from
might be
Malaysia at all. I think that's it. 6-way FC for the lobby again. I like wow, these two teams have been so consistent. And so we're seeing 1, 2, and 4. Those are the only 200 counts that we're gonna be seeing in the entire lobby. As we see a 2-way double S for Malaysia. V1 double S, that is. Very good performances from both teams, but like Malaysia was just the better act team, and I think that's really what pulled them the win here.
Yep, GG. Sweden definitely put up a pretty good fight. There are some team scores there would be pretty scary for whoever's going to face them, which I'm going to actually check who's going to face them. But also, congratulations to Malaysia for moving on to the round 16 winners bracket.
Okay, so Malaysia-Sweden, that is match number 4. So they'll be facing...
Malaysia versus China. Next
So it's Malaysia versus China, you're saying?
Sweden versus Finland. Oh, that's going to be a banger.
Okay. Oh my goodness, Sweden and Finland. That is gonna be massive. I think these two matches could really be good. Man, I'm so excited to see what next weekend has to prepare. But we still have one more match after this. And by the way, as for the Russia-Spain match, I think it's Russia 5, Spain 1.
That is correct. It just ended as well. 5-1 in favor of the Russian Federation, which also means that we only have one match remaining, and it will be on this stream, Brazil versus Italy, to close out what has been a pretty exciting round of 32.
It has been. There's been a lot of surprises this weekend, like closer matches that some people haven't really expected to be close. And I hope that this next match also is going to be a close one between Brazil and Italy. I can see this match going the distance should Italy perform much better than expected. But at the end of the day, I just really think this match could be a good one if, again, both teams perform very well. Do you have anything to say? And you can close this out for us?
Yeah, one last thing for me for the round of 32. Get your banners. Well, I'm not sure when they end. They probably end at like Grand Finals weekend, but that also means that you have a lot of time to get as many banners as you can.
Indeed. Thanks so much for having us on the stream. We all hope that you enjoyed this set of matches that was at this hour. And see you in around 21 minutes for Brazil versus Italy to end this weekend.